to be a part of it.
There is. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good morning. Well, yes, super excited about this. For everyone who doesn't know Mickey's been a realtor for a few years now and he's killing it. Before that, he was an engineer and was in technical sales since 1986, so definitely have a background. I didn't know that you were fluent in Spanish and German. That's crazy. But yeah, excited to have you and thank you for doing this.
Yeah, I speak 2.5 languages really well.
What's
The
the half
just
language?
learn it
What's the
first.
half language?
English.
Well, perfect. Yeah, Mickey, take it away whenever you want.
All right, thanks so much for this opportunity, and thank you everybody for attending this presentation. It was really cool for Jeff and Amanda to ask me to do this a couple of weeks ago, so I jumped at the opportunity because I am here to serve. I would love to teach everybody tools that you can use to be the best that you can be in your real estate business. So several years ago, there's 3 reasons, or there were like the top 3 reasons why I joined EXP. One of them is the KV Core. I mean, when I looked at EXP and saw what they offered with the CRM, it was no brainer for me because like Sydney said, I've been in outside sales since 1982. And the very first thing I did when I did go from inside support to outside, actually talking to the customers, was to buy me a computer that back then was $2,500 for like nothing. But at least it was a screen, a keyboard, and had like 512 megabytes of memory or something, and that was awesome. And I bought me like a 3.1 DOS CRM and started keeping everything that I did every day with every customer, calling, meeting, tasks on there. And, it's a tool. So the best thing that you can think about CRM or KV Core is a tool. So here's a presentation that I did. I had a 101, 102, and 103, and I gave that to my group up here on the north side of Houston. And when I just got more and more feedback of, show us more, I decided to write a book because a manual, because it's much easier for you to, take the manual and just go page by page and do it at your own pace instead of sitting in a presentation like this one and try to keep up. So here's the 101, 102, and 103. You can find this one on Amazon, and it's about 70 pages long. Don't get scared about that. By the way, everybody that joined the meeting today will get a free section of that book, which is the 101. That's the very first 20 pages on how to set up KV Core. And more than that, I can't do. I mean, I'm giving you the tools so that you can set up KV Core, because KV Core is a tool. It's not the solution for everything. The solution is actually for you to call and talk to your customer, but CRM is there to help you. So anyway, here's KV Core. I call it to infinity and beyond because it's very, very powerful. I mean, we're just scratching the surface. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so today the agenda is I will go through a campaign, which is the US holiday. It's very fitting for this time of the year. By the way, did you go vote? And if you didn't, go vote.
I voted.
So anyway, so US holidays is the campaign that I'm going to show you, and then also search alerts and how to automatically send out listings. So who is this guy? Sydney already talked about, oops, I'm going. Okay. Page down, page down. Okay, so Sydney already talked a little bit about myself. I like to dream it up and then plan it and then do it. Sometimes I do have paralysis because of the analysis, but eventually I get to it. And that's exactly what happened with KB Core, because Jeff was kind enough to teach me a few things in the very beginning when I joined EXP, and it was like way over my head. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to start from the very beginning, and that's what I did, and taught. And the best way to learn is to teach it. So I got this really cool comparison between successful people and unsuccessful people, and if you do the green side, man, the sky's the limit. KB Core is CRM, and what is CRM? CRM is customer relationship management, and it's a software, it's a tool. So don't use it as, you know, the last thing. You will never talk to a customer again, because you will make millions of dollars just by you know, touching them with text and emails. It is a tool for you to keep your day organized. As a matter of fact, there's a calendar in there. You can put tasks, you can put emails in there, so it's really cool. But there's so much on on KB Core that it will be here for hours, for 6 hours at the minimum, if we want to go through the whole thing. So CRM, there's, like I said before, is customer relationship management. You can do all these things in it, and there's lots of them out there. I have used many of them in my career so far, and really KB Core is one of the best that I've seen out there, and definitely the best for real estate agents. So we only pay $85 a month for what we get with EXP, and that includes KB Core. And as you can see from some of the comparisons here, there's people out there, realtors, that are paying a lot more money for their CRM through their company. We only pay $85 a month. So here's my book. There's the 3 different sections. Like I said, I will, I guess, share it with Sydney, so she can put it on the link. Have a PDF of 101, the fundamentals, so you can set up KB Core and get it going. That was one of my models. So one cool thing about KB Core is that help is just a click away. So anytime you see that little bubble down there, just click it if you are stuck, and you will get help. As you can see from this, let me just do this. Okay. As you can see from the right-hand side there, that one day I needed some help. I started typing and I immediately got help. There's help everywhere for KB Core, inside of KB Core, inside of EXP. There's calendars. As you can see, the calendar has lots of help for you on everything that EXP offers, including KB Core. So today, let's talk a little bit about campaigns and what you can do with it. I highly suggest that you get your own smart number. That is up on the top right-hand side of KB Core. If that number you do not recognize, it is not your number. It's a number that will round robin. So if somebody calls that number, it will not come to you. It might come to somebody else at EXP here in the Houston area. To get your smart number, you just go to Marketplace, you hit smart number tile right there, and then you set it up. To do campaigns, and again, I'm just going through this really quick, and then I'm going to show you in KB Core, okay? So let me just go and get through these slides so you know what I want to talk about or show you, and then we'll actually do it. So smart campaigns are, there's a lot of campaigns out there that KB Core already has inside, and when you go into smart campaigns, up on the top left corner, you'll see my campaigns, system library, and when you click on system library, there's hundreds of pre-made campaigns for you, and they're text, email, calls, and you just choose the one that you like, you clone it, and you bring it over to my campaign and get going. So here, one thing I highly suggest is that you use some type of format, like you see here in mine, it says 1MP. because that will bring all the 1 MP. So that's Mickey Peterson, all the MP campaigns up to the top of the list instead of you having to hunt through all the lists that you might have in your campaign. I have 21 of them, and not all of them are active. If you go to the right-hand side and you toggle over, the ones that you want to activate will happen. The ones that you have inactive, and I have some here because I'm still working on them, you can just turn it off and nothing will happen. Today, we're going to be talking about US holidays and how to set up that campaign. Then once you have the US holidays and you do what I'm going to show you in a little bit, you'll have that on the top of the screen, and you do have to activate it if you want it to start going. That's why you have this little toggle there. And then when you go back, you'll see that the campaign has been added to your contacts. Highly suggest that you set up yourself as a contact. I set up myself as AAA Mickey Peterson, and I'm in my Smart CRM as a contact, and everything I do, campaigns, landing pages, squeeze pages, anything I do, I first send it to me to make sure that it's working correctly, because there's so many things, toggle this on, do that, change this, that you don't want it to start sending it out to all your friends and family, because I did that once and I started getting texts of like, hey, I got this weird text, and it's like, oh man, I forgot that I had actually toggled it on instead of left it off in here. Let's see, I will go back in here. So whatever you do, whatever campaign you do new, don't activate it right away. Make sure that it all works right, and then you activate it. Here is an example of search alerts. That's the second thing I want to talk to you guys about today, and how to stay in contact, in constant contact with your clients or customers. And that is how to find, let's say, a property for them, a listing. Here I'm setting up an alert for Gabriela, and she had given me the parameters, single family, up to $550,000, and the area of town that she wanted to look for it. And one thing I'm circling down here, as you can see on the very bottom there, it says frequency is daily. I would suggest, I did that mistake too, where I said immediately or as soon as the listing came out, and I got spammed or I got locked out of the email system from this one customer of mine, because if there was 2 listings or 3 listings that came up that day, immediately it sent that email out to that customer or client. And after getting several emails from me a day, his email system shut me out. So daily is the minimum that I would suggest. Don't go any less than that. And then always copy yourself on these search alerts, so that when it goes out to your client, it comes to you too. And then you can always follow up with your client and say, hey, did you get it? You will see in KB Core that that they will have received it, and that if they opened it or not. So it's just another way of getting in touch with your client and calling them and making sure that they had received this. So you can do a map, you can do zip code, whatever. In this case, it was a map. She wanted to only be in the Woodlands, so I kind of outlined it for the Woodland schools. And you can do that, or like I said, you can do a zip code, or you can do a city, the Woodlands, but then it doesn't include everything that you might want to do. So I always like to do the map. That's why I outline it like this. Then you activate the alert and update the alert. And you can, if you want to, right there, do the save and send. It will send the first batch to the client, and then on a daily basis later it will do that. In this case, as you can see, the email went out 4 properties were found within those parameters. The email is from me to her, and it's just automatic, and it does that while you sleep. So marketing, marketing, marketing. As you can see, then it came back into my KV Core when she received it, and then also if she opened the email, and you can see it right there. This one is a closed envelope. She did not look at it. And the open envelope means that she did look at it. You can also click on the view, and then you will see what the email or the text says. And then here you can always call her up or call up your client and say, hey, yesterday the system sent you listings, and I see that you didn't open it. Here in the bottom, you can see that on May 24th, she opened up the one of them. She viewed 18 smokerized, and I know how she has looked at it. Right here, this is a symbol for a computer or for a cell phone. So you know, even if she opened up on the cell phone or on the computer. It's pretty cool. It's very powerful. But it is always comes down to follow up, follow up, follow up. I know that the phone sometimes weighs a ton, and nobody wants to like really pick up the phone and talk to a customer, but there's nothing like human touch. So, you know, your client is getting all these emails and texts from you, but they're not hearing your voice. They're not hearing your sincerity. They're not hearing your caring. And that's definitely something that you need to do. So pick up the phone and call and follow up. So anyway, I like this graphic right here because there's a lot of knowledge out there in the universe, and you know what you know your name, you know what 1 + 1 is, you know what you don't know, you know that there's, you know, rocket science out there, but I have no idea what rocket, you know, how to put a rocket in space, but I know that it exists, but I don't know what I don't know. So you always are thriving to make that little yellow part smaller and the green part bigger. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is fix and flips and, you know, turnover properties. I know that Jeff is doing some of this, and it was the start of the reason why I was doing this. I have analyzed it. Many people just have one little Excel spreadsheet. I've now divided it up into different scenarios, and I'm still working on cleaning up one of them, and then I'll be happy to share it. You're drinking from a fire hose. There's a lot to learn, but just if you can just take 30 minutes a day to go into KV Core every day and just learn a little bit more, I promise you that you will be very happy of the results. And this is my favorite picture, is Secretariat winning by 31 lengths over the favorite. And if you can be like that, that would be awesome. So that's the end of my presentation. And then now I will show you on KV Core how to do the campaign. So Sydney, can you tell me if you can see this?
I still just see the presentation.
You just see the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I will have to share that. How about now?
There we go.
All right, cool. So like I mentioned, I have myself in there. I call it AAA because it's, you know, percolates up to the top. First AAA, you know, percolates up to the top of the list. But if I close this up, and on the left-hand side, this is a panel. If you hit that hamburger up there, you'll expand it and you can tell what all these little icons are for. But Smart CRM is where all your contacts live. So when you hit that, it takes a little while because it's, you know, talking to the cloud. You have a list of all your contacts in there. And if you want to search, so in this case, I'm going to search for me. Then they're there. When I click in there, now I have all the information of this client, and could also be a customer, not client yet. And on the right-hand side, on the bottom right here, you will see what I have for this client. Active campaign is US holidays. I also have a market report that I send to this client every 7 days. And there's lots of other things that you can do. The profile details right here, you can add more information in here, like, partner, occupation, etc. And here are the alerts. So we will come back to this, but let's go to campaigns first. As I mentioned in my presentation, we will do campaigns first. And if you hit that hamburger again, marketing. And under marketing, you will see smart campaigns. You hit smart campaigns. And like I mentioned during my presentation, you have my campaigns, system library, and templates. System library, if you hit that, you'll see 37 different campaigns that EXP has. And if you choose any of them, you can clone it, or you can add it to my library here to the right-hand side. So it depends on how you want to do it. Again, it's all in my book. My campaigns, let's go down to holidays, and you see what I meant with putting the one in front of, the campaign name, like 1MP. If you have a team, for instance, you can, put the initials of the other person in there, because down here, there's some campaigns that EXP actually puts standard in my campaigns. The ones that have that little lock on here, that means it's locked. It's something that EXP puts on your my campaign list automatically. So US holidays, when I click on here, I actually started doing this today because there was a campaign in there was called US holidays, and it stopped in 2023. And this is so cool to have and send out to your customers, because it does it all by itself, and it sends it out to everyone on your list, on your CRM, and it keeps you in touch with them. And I got so many replies back from my clients, thank you very much, happy Thanksgiving to you too. I mean, it's just a way of getting in touch with everybody that you want to stay in touch with. So remember again, campaign active, that means that on November 28th, this text will go out to everyone. And on November 28th, there will also be an email that will go out to everyone. So how do you set up a campaign? Let's start a new one, and I'm going to do a US holidays, okay, so that you see how easy it is. So over here on the right-hand side, there's a green button that says Add Campaign. You click that, and then if you want to do it for specific dates, like US holidays, right, you need to click on specific date occurs. So you click on that, and it doesn't, well, you can leave it open like this, and then you go next. Sorry, you do have to specific date, sorry. Choose a start date. Let's say it's November. Actually, let's call it, I will choose a start date December 31st for New Year. So let's call it January 1st. So January 1st, 2025, run annually, because I want that to happen every year, right? But again, you want to check it like in 2026, you want to check if those dates are matching up with the holidays. You hit next, and I want to send it to all of them, not just to buyers or sellers. You can do that, just seller and click off buyer. But if I hit all, that means that it will go to buyer, seller, renter, vendor, and agents. I click next. Campaign name, let's call it US holiday revised, so I know, and then just US holidays. And you go next. Don't worry about any of the other stuff. Leave it as default. Click that, and reviews. Okay, you finish. Now it's going to tell you that it's ready. And where are you? Okay, there's down here, because I remember I didn't put 1MP in front of it. So click on that. And when you click on this, now you have what I showed you in my presentation. You have that it's ready to go, right? It's ready to go on January 1st, 2025. The campaign is not active. And here, if you want to clone it, that means copy. You can do that. Or if you made a mistake and you don't want it, just click remove. And when you hit that, I mean, KV Core is so cool because anything that you do, it will tell you, are you sure? Because they don't want you to make a mistake. So that's why, if you are absolutely sure that you want to remove it, you hit yes. But in this case, I hit no. So now I hit edit. Sorry. Hit add action, not edit. So the edit is if you want to change anything in the campaign. But if you want to now add action to this campaign, you need to go over here to the right-hand side and click on the add action button. And sorry that this is a little bit dry because it is the software and is follow this, and that's why I wrote the book, because I didn't want you to be like all confused. And if you take that step by step, you will be able to get it all done. So text is the first thing that I want to do. Over here, you can say holiday, or you can say US holiday. Sorry, not US holiday, New Year's. Okay, so New Year, United States New Year, click on that. It automatically gives a little message, and you can change that. Don't change anything between the brackets, because that pulls in the name. Let's say Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Happy New Year, warm regards. And it says Mickey Peterson. I'm sorry, just first name, so Mickey. And that's the text that Jeff is going to get. So this name is New Year. And it's from agent. You have to fill this out. If you don't fill this out, it will give you an alarm. And start on specific date. So I want to start it on January 1st, right? And then I go save. And when I saved it, ta-da! Okay, so there's a text that will go out on January 1, 2025 to all. It says up here, applies to everybody in my database, and wishing them a happy new year. I also want to do an email. Emails is cooler because you can do cool graphics. So new year, happy new year right there. And then there's several of them, as you can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can just, let's say, hit that one. And guess what? Already does it all by yourself. And if you don't like it and you want another graphic, I mean, there's lots of them in there. And it will also put a button there, visit my webpage. If you want to edit this template and be even fancier, you can edit advanced template and add anything that you want. I have added the, there's emails, and I will show you emails that go out to all my contacts that have the, let's say, the map of EXP and all the countries that we are in. So at the end of that email, I always have that. I have my signature block, and I have EXP, what we do and so forth. So here's the, so you have to say, what this is. So it's New Year from agent to contacts and on specific date. So I want that on January 1st. And then you go save changes, and it's going to come up. So that's how you build this campaigns, okay? I think the reason why they removed the US holiday campaign was because they just had too many of them. They had all kinds of holidays in there that, were bank holidays and things like that. So it was kind of a long list. And if you'd like to just build your own, build it with, even religious dates, or, different cultures. I mean, you can, Cinco de Mayo or whatever. I mean, you can just add anything that you want, but the goal is to stay in touch with your customer. And if you can do it at least once a month, that a text or an email goes out, then at least once a month, your customer and client are hearing from you and they're going, oh, this guy is not out of business. He's active. So the next one that I wanted to talk to you about is the alerts. So alerts is actually through each individual client or customer. Hopefully by this time when you're doing this, that person is already a client. But I do it for everybody. That way they can see that I'm willing to work with them, even if they haven't signed the little paper that says, I represent them. At least I start staying in touch with them and being in front of them. That's the main idea of this whole thing. So when you want to do alerts, so find a listing in the neighborhood. By the way, sorry, I need to go back. How do you know that the listing is on there? When you click on your name on the very top right-hand corner right there, in this case, my name, and you hit my profile, you will get this page right there. And it is very important. And I don't know if you see my cursor right here circling agent MLS ID, the NRDS ID, and the vendor ID. You have this, and KV Core knows that you are a realtor in the area, and it will pull in all the listings for that area. Listings are right here on the left-hand side. If I go to all MLS listing, that means that everything that's in MLS is in my KV Core. Everything. As you can see, it's a lot. So when you start setting up the alert for the customer, it will pull from MLS. And if MLS, a new listing comes up this afternoon and it fits the parameters of the customer, it will pull that listing into the alert for your customer. So let's go here again. Let's look me up. And we will do an alert. An alert is up here. So right under your name or the name of the customer, you'll see timeline, which is everything that I have done with this customer. It's right here. And as you can see, I have sent me a lot of emails and tests. And then when you go to alerts, this is where you set up an alert. Up to about a year ago, EXP only had 2 alerts that you could do. Now it's infinite. So I will add another one. Let's see. So if you want to add another alert, as you can
Mickey,
see,
I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
Yes.
I did have a question on that because that's really good. What are the specifications find a fix and flip? It says there's 186 results. Are all those results somewhat distressed?
Well, it depends on what you put in your alerts. Thank you very much, Jeff, for pulling that up.
I want to see how you. Yeah, I want to see
Right.
how you.
So I called it. I called it fix and flips because I want to see, what's out there, right? Because I'm starting to get really interested in that, not only for myself but also for my customers. So I have a daily frequency. I have single family, so I didn't make a map. Okay, so if you look at, well, I did make a map, as you can see. I kind of said, okay, within my boundaries, I just didn't want to go out to Austin and everything else. So I just wanted to stay close. I made a map. Single families, no minimum, maximum right here, but down here, fix or upper, you see it? You can also find, I think there's also, short sales right there, short sales and foreclosures. Remember that every time that you add more clicks to this, it kind of narrows down the field. So I kind of want to leave it as open as possible. So if it's a fixer upper, you know, fix and flip, I just make fix and flip. I don't click on foreclosure, because then it just says, okay, it's a fixer upper and a foreclosure. So now, you know, your list just went boop. And then if you hit short sale, then it's not just a fixer upper, but it's a foreclosure and a short sale. So the list went even smaller. So keep it as open as possible, and then go from there. Save and view results. Oh, cancel. I didn't make any changes. So these are all the ones, you know, and I can view all. And if it views all, then it goes into my website. Because, you know, remember, this is a customer, right? I am a customer. AAA Mickey is a customer. And when I get an email, I can hit all, and look at that. In my box, I can, you know, see everything that's out there that I called fixer upper. And if I'm interested in, you know, say up here in the spring area, I click on there, and it tells me where these are. All right. So if I want to add another one, let's just decide that you know, we make another one here. So search alert, let's call it vacation home. And where to send the alert? It's an email subject. So dynamic subject line means that whatever the subject line is, it will put it on the email. But if you want to have it specific, so let's say vacation home, search, then when it sends the email out to your client, it will, in the email, it will say vacation home search. Okay. Here, the frequency, remember when I said nothing less than daily, because if you say ASAP, it'll bombard that email, and it might get 3, 5 a day, and then you will get locked out. So daily is the minimum. And always add yourself in here. Okay. So email CC, I will always add myself in there so that I get that email, especially when, you know, a customer says, you know, I need to find something really quick. So where is the listing? Again, here, city, county, zip code. So you can say Montgomery. And give it a moment to find it. So if it's Montgomery, then it's just county of Montgomery. But if you don't want that and you want to draw a map, then you go in here and draw the map where you want it. So let's say the vacation home is Galveston. So you draw the area. So, you know, from here to there, to there, to there, you know, maybe down to Lake Jackson. Oops. Okay, so apply selection. So now it knows that only look for homes in that area. Listing type. So acreage, condos, high-rise land, multifamily, let's call it single homes. And you can also do townhomes if you like, townhouse, and let's call it condos too. So now we have 3 types of properties, and the maximum customer has said to me no more than 500,000. Beds, any that I don't put too many restrictions on here, because it allows you to do that, but then again, that list just gets smaller. And property amenities, don't worry about that. I would not, unless your client says absolutely adult 55 and over. Again, it'll narrow it down. Or absolutely, I want to have an ocean view, waterfront. I mean, just remember that whenever you click on these options right here, it just will narrow it down. Structural, you know, is it 1 story, 2 stories, garage, etc. Then you set the alert, and look at that, it found a lot of them.
Too many.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, too many. Maybe you can do
And
like
then,
water view, if you will, instead of water
okay,
front.
so let's change that to water view.
Water view, yeah.
Water view.
Let's see what that does.
Save and view results.
That brings it down a lot.
Now
Yeah.
it's 330. So again, I mean, and then by the way, look, it automatically flipped it on. So I flip it off, okay, because I don't want this to go out to the customer right away. It doesn't go. I mean, it's not immediate when you're trying to do this. It does take a few minutes for it to, like, you know, talk to the cloud and come back. So you do have time to turn it off, okay? But isn't that cool? And so you click on any of these and it takes you to your KV Core, to your listing, right? Remember, it says listings over here. It says there, and everything that you have on MS in the MLS, you have here. Gallery, all the pictures, map, where's it located? Similar listings.
That's good. Yeah, I'm to share something, Mickey. If now's a good time.
What's that?
I said, I want to share something. Is now a good time?
Please.
Yeah, I wanted to. A lot of people use this to send to their buyers. And then I was on a training the other day, and this guy sets up his KV Core to attract sellers. And the way he does that is if they buy a property, let's say in a subdivision, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, whatever, he reaches out after a while and he says, you know, you just want to see properties that have hit the market, you know, that is kind of similar to your property. So it's kind of like a market analysis each time, but he kind of does it for sellers. So he essentially sets up one of these searches and just makes them, if anything goes active, it kind of sends over to the seller. And after a while, obviously most sellers sell within, you know, 5 to 7 years, but he's been in the business a long time. But I don't know if you can get that data or not, but what he does is he looks and sees what properties have sold, let's say like 4 years ago. He gets that information of the seller, and then he puts those, he reaches out to those sellers directly. And then if they say, yeah, you know, I'm interested in seeing what properties are selling for in my neighborhood. And then he kind of sets all those search alerts up, but for sellers. It was a really cool idea. I never even thought about that, but he's getting really good success with it.
That is a cool idea. I don't know if I haven't seen EXP that they have history, like, you know, an MLS. So I'll have to find that out. I'll get back with you.
Yeah, on MLS, you can search. On MLS specifically, you can search for properties that are sold like 4 years ago. You can say, I want to look at properties that have sold over, you know, what is that, 1,200 days ago, up to 1,600 days ago, and they'll give you that information. You take that information and you skip trace it. Skip tracing is you get a company to find all the seller's information. You take that information and you upload it into your KV4, and then you start reaching out to those sellers and just essentially just asking them what he says. He asks them that question: are they interested to see what properties are selling for in their neighborhood? If they are, you can just kind of send them. And then what happens is people start getting those properties and they start, oh, I can't believe this one sold for 500,000, and my house sells for 500,000, and then you start getting those seller leads. So it's a pretty cool idea.
For that, I do have in the timeline down here, I have another campaign that's called the Neighborhood Market Report. So again, you know, I live in the Woodlands area. I'm interested in what's going on in the market. So when you click on that, you can say, you know, how frequently, 7 days, 14 days, once a month. But if, as a matter of fact, I just received it, and let me go to my email real quick right here.
Yeah, I've seen the market. Yeah,
some market
seen
report.
reports, but what I thought was a good idea, what he was doing is he was looking, like who you going to send those market reports to if you don't have any clients, or what he was kind of saying. So what he was saying is he went back and just kind of searched for the data and then created a whole, he has different even pockets of town that he sources to. Like, it's really incredible. I was trying to find the training just now to send it to y'all, but I'll find it and I'll send it out. It's a really good idea.
That would be awesome, because that's another way of finding clients, right? So anyway, that was it. So campaign and alerts. Those are the two things that I wanted to tell you about today.
Great. Did anybody jump on the training today to figure out, I mean, they have a specific question that they wanted Nikki to answer for you? You can either put it in the chat or you can just kind of unmute yourself.
Mickey, I saw that one of them that you sent was market reports. Could you show me what that looks like, or from the consumer side?
Yes. I will have to share my other screen right there. This was, the email that I sent myself, and I send it every 7 days. And so, update market report just for you, just for AAA Mickey. Market report right here, it tells me what's going on. Average sale price has actually went up 17.4% in the last 7 days. Average days on market 25. Price per square foot 237. It also has gone up. Hi Mickey, a new market report is now available. View the report, so you can click here, and if I click on here, I hope that if the page has gone, I don't know, can you see a new page coming up, or you still see my email?
I still see the email.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to share that. So when I clicked on that link, it brought me here to my website. And again, here the customer can see all the information that they want to see.
That looks really good.
About their home. And I had said the woodlands, so that's why, this outline right here is just whatever the woodlands is. It's not something that I put into the map. You can, do by zip codes, you can do by county. Yeah. But the goal is to always stay in front of your customer, right? I mean, the only way that you can stay front mind is by shooting off those little texts or emails, shooting off the alerts, talking to the customer. They might say, you know what, shut down that alert for a while because things have changed. You can just toggle it off. That's very easy. And when they say, turn it on again, you toggle it on again. And you don't have to redo it all. So any questions out there? Like I mentioned, Sydney, I will send you my PDF for that first chapter of the book, right? So that if people ask you for it, or you can put it on the link, they can set up their KV Corp, because that's really the fundamentals. That's the very first thing that they have to do.
Perfect. Yeah, so if anyone who RSVP'd, will have your email address, so make sure you go into the Eventbrite link quickly or email us to let us know that you did an RSVP. But thank you again. Oh, wait, sorry. We just got a question. Do you have your campaigns automatically assigned to leads? What are the best practices when doing that?
Yes. I definitely have it. My campaigns go to all. Let me show you something right here. Find it. Oh yeah, hold it. I just had somebody, so let me share. Share. Can you see my KV Core, Sydney?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just yesterday, a new lead came in, and they must have found me through the web. And it's the very first one. So this one right here. See, it says new lead. I have no idea how they found me, but I'm already have been in touch with them. So when I click on it, I get the number, I get the email address. They didn't put their actual address on there. On the very bottom here, you can see it says question. Hello, this is Karan from New York. I'm searching for a single family home and would appreciate your expertise in guiding me process of purchasing a property. So automatically KV Core contact assigned to agent Mickey Peterson, because that's the only agent that was, it's on my KV Core. No rules, running default. So it starts running in the background, finding, LinkedIn, any social media that this email or phone number might be linked to. And slowly but surely, since it's very new, it's fresh, right? It was yesterday at 8:54 a.m. It has not given an insight yet. So there's no stars right here and no activity to determine interest. So I mean, this, not yet, okay, but it's looking. So that's why I'm saying, you know, you're making money while you're sleeping because it's looking, and maybe this is somebody that is just, you know, fishing. So I'm, you know, might just say forget it and delete them off my database in a few days. Hashtag added, contact US. So that's another subject to talk about, hashtags. Validation run, again, it's trying to validate, but look, it added web page inquiry follow-up immediately, because this campaign right here, I have assigned it so that if somebody finds me through web page, they will get an email. So that's this email right here. And as you can see, they didn't open it yet. So that makes me suspicious that, you know, this might not be a real email address. And of course, this number right here, I will call and find out. But look, they haven't opened it yet, right? Email has not been opened, but I can view what was sent. So this is something, remember I mentioned advanced editor on emails. I've set that up. And if you scroll down, look, this is what they're going to get. Okay. So that email is an email that there's lots of emails in KV Core that you can use as an example, and you can make your own changes and use it in your campaign. So he immediately got this email right here at what time? November 4th at 8:58, and he inquired at 8:54. So 4 minutes later, boom, he gets an email. And he also got a text at 1:05. So, howdy, my name is Mickey Peterson. And here, because of the rules of text, I cannot tell you if he did get it or not, but I can text him back again here. I can type up a text and send it to him, or, like I said before, call that number. He did tell me right here what's up. So feel free to reach out on my business WhatsApp at da-da-da-da. And I did. Yesterday, I sent a text out, and he's actually looking for Montgomery, Alabama. So he looked me up for Montgomery, you know, Montgomery County. But so I said, hey, I don't have a license to sell in Alabama. And that was the last text that I got, communication. But immediately, you know, today when I changed up my US holiday from the old format that I had to the new format, it assigned it to them because he is a new lead, and anything that's in my contact database, depending on how you set up the campaign, and again, I will show it to you here, Smart Campaign. So depending on how you set up the campaign, my campaigns, by the way, templates are awesome too, because all the templates are in there. But let's call here US holidays. So depending on how you set it up here, it will then send it to all your contacts. You can say, you know, just to agents, because you might have agent friends, right? That you want to keep in touch because, you know, you might want to recruit them, or just to like sellers or buyers, whatever you want to do. I mean, these campaigns are awesome.
Do we have any other questions? Well, this was so awesome, Mickey. Thank you so much for doing this. I definitely learned a lot, and I'm going to be rewatching this video.
Thank you, Sydney, for the opportunity, and Amanda and Jeff, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
hopefully, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. It'll be on that PDF, and I'll be happy to help.
Perfect. And I'm seeing in the chat, I'll have it posted by later today. And just a reminder that we do these every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Next week's training is going to be about leasing and eviction, so be sure to tune in for that. But again, thank you so much, Mickey. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.